On this episode, I'm going to talk about Lizzie's impact on my career, my health, and talent. Do you have it? Hey everybody, this is the Ask GaryVee show, and I'm your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and I'm excited to fire away with 5 new questions on episode 4. Fun fact about the number 4, that was Brett Favre's number as a New York Jet.
Diligent Leaders asks, in terms of platform social media, is it better to self-brand or establish a name brand? I go back and forth.
Diligent Leaders, that's a solid question. I think it's something everybody struggles with. Am I gonna be Gary Vaynerchuk on social, or am I gonna be like wine marketing man? Look what happened there. That's my answer. What happens if you evolve? A lot of people watching right now started off as marketing gurus, but now sell, carrot juice. One of the things I like about being your name is that you can evolve with it. You're looking at a guy who used to do a show where I drank wine and spit into the bucket. And now I'm doing this show, and I've been able to do a seamless transition, because the truth is, many of us have different facets to our personalities. And so I am of the camp of going with your name. It's something that can stick with you. There's consistency. You don't have to rebrand. I didn't have to change my Twitter profile from wine guy to ask guy.
Blake asks, how important is it that your significant other share your entrepreneurial vision? What was Lizzie's impact on building your empire?
Blake, this is a great question. Excited to get your question on the show. First of all, Lizzie's impact on my career is much more than I expected. I grew up and would hear things like, behind every great man is a great woman, and I'd be like, pfft. And not in a negative, chauvinistic way, but I was like, I'm hustling my face off. I'd be working every hour. And then you start growing and you mature and you become a man, not a kid. And the truth is, I'm actually flabbergasted by the level of Liz's impact on my career. Lizzie's kind of support, and I mean utter 100,000% support, is a major factor. It gives me the headspace to be all in here at Vayner and doing my thing versus worrying about if I'm 5 minutes late, I'm running late taping this right now. If I get home, it's incredibly important in the fact if you prioritize your career. Curveball. So it's massively important to give you headspace to have, as much freedom to execute on your vision professionally. But the truth is, when you fall in love with somebody, that person needs to take, precedent over everything else. And so at some level, if you don't have that, well, that just comes with the consequences of love, and that's okay too. You may not be able to hustle or work on it in a clear mind space and never give it 100%. I'm able to give 100% devotion to my businesses for enormous amounts of time every day because of Lizzie and the way she rolls and supports. Some people can only put 73% of their time for a shorter period of time, and they're gonna have limited success in comparison, predicated on our talent as well, because talent is a variable. So it's massively important for success, but it's not the only thing, is it?
Ryan asks, what's the most common mistake you see founders make building a consumer-focused business?
Right. There's so many goddamn mistakes in building a consumer business, but I will tell you you asked the question, I'm gonna have to keep it real here, as we do on #AskGaryVee show. The biggest mistake I see is that it is really, really hard to build a consumer app. The ability to beat out everybody else in the world in making something sticky that people care about, right, is, I don't know why I did that, is extremely difficult. And the biggest mistake I see, Ryan, is actually the fact that people don't have talent to actually execute a consumer product. The audacity in the marketplace right now by the young and hungry and the old and hungry in thinking that I'm gonna make this app and it's gonna work is so ludicrous to me. It's so stunning to me. You have people who've been career students, you have people that have been career corporate America people, and they think they're gonna just come and start a product and understand the behavior of the end consumer better than anybody else trying to scratch that itch for that specific product. That takes special talent. Nobody wakes up and's like, I'm gonna be an NBA player today, because it just makes sense to them. But everybody right now is waking up and saying they're gonna be a consumer product innovator, inventor, co-founder. And so the truth is, the answer to your question, straight up, is lack of self-awareness that they're not good enough to do it.
Marie asks, what's the biggest lesson you've learned this year?
Marie, that is a very simple question. By far the biggest thing I learned, don't edit it, I don't edit here. Marie, the biggest thing I've learned this year, hands down, is that prioritizing my health is a really good idea. The fact that I am now going to the gym and eating healthy, and I'm 20, what are we, Tuesday? Say Tuesday? So I'm 26 days in to 26 days of working out, and times 3, 78 healthy meals in a row without cheating. The energy level is actually down, believe it or not, because I was living on sugar, but I just feel like a totally different person. It was the absolute right decision for me. It's changed my life. I'm heading in the right direction. I feel like a different person. I will be on this earth longer for it, barring crazy accident, and I'm happy about that.
Daniel asks, what's the best advice you can give salespeople in social media?
D. Gordon, what's up, my friend? Just want to give you one more shout out for that time we hung out years ago at your family's business. I enjoyed it. Thanks for the question. Biggest piece of advice that I'm willing to give to salespeople in this world is actually, ironically, the jab, 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 right hook. It's cliche. I think you guys know where I would go with this. I mean, the truth is, everybody's trying to close too early. It's just lack of patience. It's not providing value. Why in the world am I doing this show? Is it that I missed the limelight of a daily show? By the way, this will not be a daily show. Just to kill any lack of confusion, I'm going away in 2 weeks with my family. Unlike Wine Library TV days where I would tape 10 episodes, that will not be happening. You'll be missing me at the end of August, but I will come back with gusto in September. It's because I want to provide value. It's because I could be regurgitating the same old stuff that I believe in, core principles, or I could go to this format and give you value on a daily basis on things that you're looking for. And so, you know, to me, a couple things. One, understand Facebook dark posts. The segmentation is incredible. 2, Twitter search. You can pull people out one by one. 3, LinkedIn's coming soon with their product where you'll be able to focus based on titles, so you can hit up every single person that's a CFO of a financial service company in their stream. That's the hit up, not spamming them in the mail on LinkedIn. So be tactical, but understand the religion, right? Which is provide value up front. How many of you who watch this show provide value? Put out stories, entertainment, free stuff, reply to people, and aren't just hitting up people who have more followers or more exposure than you to try to get exposure yourself. How many of you are trying to actually provide value? Thank you so much for watching episode 4 of the Ask GaryVee show. Now, here's something that's important to me. I've been pushing this, as you guys know, on my Instagram, the link's in the bio, on Twitter a bunch. I don't like how hard I have to throw right hooks to establish the base. So everybody who's watching, I need you to subscribe up. Subscribe up, subscribe up, subscribe up, subscribe up. Because this way you'll actually get it delivered and you know when the show will air every time it comes out. So in my mission to not bother you too much, I need you to subscribe up. You, with a little bit of me, we are changing the Q&A world, whether they like it or not. That was Brett Favre's number as a New York Jet. Let's look at something real quick. It was. I'm like literally have to look this up. The guy was in and out for 2 seconds. I'm pretty sure. Why to hit news, images. Are there gonna be any jet freaking photos of Brett Favre? Okay, good. Let's go. You've got, this is definitely credits. On this episode, I talk about my pops, I drill someone directly in the face for a crap question, and I really focus on what small businesses should be doing with itsy bitsy cash.